Morning, YouTube. This morning, Zen and the art of archery and the art of folding your fucking clothes. So that's what's up this morning. This book by Eugen Herrigel. The art of archery, Zen. So it's about Buddhism as well. You have described only too well, replied the master, where the difficulty lies. Do you know why you cannot wait for the shot? He's talking about archery, and after learning how to breathe and hold his bow, how he can release the arrow to make the shot. You have described only too well, replied the master, where the difficulty lies. Do you know why you cannot wait for the shot, and why you get out of breath before it has come? The right shot at the right moment does not come because you do not let go of yourself. You do not wait for fulfillment, but brace yourself for failure. So long as that is so, you have no choice but to call forth something yourself that ought to happen independently of you. And so long as you call it forth, your hand will not open in the right way, like the hand of a child. Your hand does not burst open like the skin of a ripe fruit. I had to admit to the master that this interpretation made me more confused than ever. For ultimately, I said, I draw the bow and lose the shot in order to hit the target. The drawing is thus a means to an end, and I cannot lose sight of this connection. The child knows nothing of this, but for me the two things cannot be disconnected. The right art, cried the master, is purposeless, aimless. The more obstinately you try to learn how to shoot the arrow for sake of hitting the goal, the less you will succeed in the one, and the further the other will recede. What stands in your way is that you have a much too willful will. You think that what you do not do yourself does not happen. You think that what you do not do yourself does not happen. Interesting. But you yourself have told me often enough that archery is not a pastime, not a purposeless game, but a matter of life and death. I stand by that. We master archers say, one shot, one life. What this means you cannot yet understand, but perhaps another image will help you, which expresses the same experience. We master archers say, with the upper end of the bow and the archer pierces. We master archers say, with the upper end of the bow, the archer pierces the sky. On the lower end, as though attached by a thread, hangs the earth. If the shot is loosed with a jerk, there is a danger of the thread snapping. For purposeful and violent people, the rift becomes final, and they are left in the awful center between earth and heaven. What must I do then? I asked thoughtfully. You must learn to wait properly. And how does one learn that? I asked. By letting go of yourself, leaving yourself and everything yours behind you, so decisively that nothing more is left of you but a purposeless tension. So I must become purposeless on purpose? I heard myself say. No pupil has ever asked me that. No pupil has ever asked me that, so I don't know the right answer. And when do we begin these new exercises? Wait until it is time. I kind of get that. I don't know. Archery. I used to have a bow, used to shoot, but I just plunked around at it. I was no expert. But I guess the idea is to hit the target. Hit the target. The idea is to practice and keep trying to do it until you feel it and do it, and to know, I guess, that you won't always feel it, you won't always hit the mark, but it's all in the attempt, I guess. The attempt. Wow, how do we tie all that into this political nightmare? I would say that Zen and the art of archery, hitting the target, watching your breathing and watching your mind and being sharp, thinking about all those things that really matter. Hitting the target, staying focused. Staying focused. I know that sometimes there are distractions along the way that look like things that we could focus our energy on, but really they're not. We need to stay focused on the bigger picture of things. Forget about these little bypass that we could go down and focus our energy on the bigger picture, not these little things. This is Curious Cam. That is Zen and the Art of Archery by Eugen Herrigel. Have a good morning.